Alright, this is a beginner Gutenberg tutorial on how to select and move blocks around on your page. I used a starter template to get started, and if you're a beginner, I highly recommend that you use a starter template. You get all these free pages, and when you edit them, it's a lot easier to see how an expert lays out their pages with blocks already created for you. So I will leave a link in the video description. All you have to do is skip the hosting part, go straight to where you do put in the plugin and the starter templates. So to see how your page is laid out, click this list view, and you'll see right away that there are blocks within blocks. So to understand how some of these are laid out, you see that you have a sort of a parent block, and then within that block you can have a heading, and here's a parent block of a group, and then within that you have a heading and then another group. So you can select the blocks with this list view. You can also select the block within the page, and you'll see you have the first row of settings up here above the block, and you have the other settings on the side. To identify what the block is, it's this icon here. If you click it, it'll ask you if you want to transform that block. So when I clicked it, I know it's a paragraph block, or I can look over here on the side and see that it's a paragraph block, or I can look on the little list view and see that this one's highlighted. So that will identify the block, and this icon next to it will say if you want to jump up to the parent block. So this paragraph is within a single column. So if I go up one level, it jumps to the column settings, and I can get the column settings here. So I could add a color to it. I could change the width of the column. Now if I want to go up one more parent block, I get the settings for the entire column widget, this one here. And that will give you how many columns you want, stuff like that. Now if I go up one more level, that's the group block right there. And that'll give me the settings for the group, which include this background color that they used for the entire group, this dark gray. So that's kind of how to navigate these blocks. There are blocks within blocks. So you kind of have to, if you use this little thing over here on the list view, you can easily navigate to it or just click it within the page. Now to move a block, we click it, and the easiest way within the block is to just use these down arrows, because you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about the sort of live drag and drop thing to mess up on you. But if you want to drag and drop, you use these arrows here. And then you can see a little thin blue line that gets added to your page, and that's where it's going to drop. You can also drag them onto the list view over here. And then don't forget about this undo button up here if you just want to change your mind or you messed it up. So we can drag it. And by the way, you can only move it with the arrows within the group. So you see you reach a dead end when it's in this column. But you can use this drag and drop to move it to a different column. Undo. And now I'm going to drag it over here onto the list view right below the heading. Okay. And if you just get it into the right group, then you can use the little arrows to get it to where you want it to go. So it's not essential that you get it exactly in the right spot. It is essential that, like if you want it in this group, you would have to get it included in the little line there. And now you can see it's within that group. So there are some subtleties with it. It takes a little getting used to, but it's not too bad. And I don't know if I went over this, but you can see that this identifying setting slides over when you reach the top of the tree. So when you can no longer go to see how I'm clicking this and it's a heading block, but it's within a group. If I go to the group setting, that identifying or the parent icon disappears and everything shifts over. So if I'm in this paragraph block here and I go up, I can continue to go up until there are no more parent widgets. And once you reach the top of the list view, then you are not able to go to another parent widget. So everything slides over, and this is now the identifying icon. That's pretty much the identifying, navigating, and moving blocks. There is a few other things that you can do to move blocks. One of them is duplicate them with this 3 dots here. And duplicating is right here. So you can go ahead and reuse your blocks within a page by duplicating them. You can also duplicate the entire group. So if I wanted to preserve a block that I worked really hard on making, I just click the group and then I duplicate that. Now I have 2 of them. And you can do the same thing when you go to that group again. You can save it and reuse it anywhere on your site. So by doing add to reusable blocks and then you name it. Okay, so I saved a reusable block called 1A. And now if I'm on a different page, I'm going to insert a block above it. So if you don't ever see the plus, it's pretty easy just to click a block, hit the 3 dots, and insert before or after. So you don't always need to see that plus to insert a block. It's really easy just to click any old block, insert before. Here's your empty block. Search for 1A. Here's your reusable block. So I'm going to insert it. And now I have an easy way to preserve layouts and stuff like that. That's one of the easiest ways to do it, is to get these groups that are laid out, and then you can just continuously use them. Don't do everything from scratch. Just get a starter template and start reusing blocks that you like. And add a little to your design by doing insert after or insert before. Choose a couple new widgets that you think would look better in your site, but if you're using a starter site template, you have a good starting point, and then you can customize your design from there. So that's it for sort of the navigation of blocks tutorial. Thanks for watching.